So we're starting to see states in the U.S. start to grab more control, as well as in Canada. But will they be able to hold on to that? As we saw with Quebec, I mean, they were pretty big initially, but then they completely fell apart. So there's clearly a few that we have in mind. Florida, as a big state so far, has really shown that they might end up being a powerhouse here. Indiana, as well, as of recently, taken a lot away from Illinois and one province away from Michigan, and New Hampshire as well. Let's not forget Ontario, looking really, really large, allying themselves to Ohio, Wisconsin, and oh my gosh, Minnesota. So many Canadians are laughing at me. I can already tell. So many Canadians. And I do not believe Texas is going to be able to win this war, which I think might have really, really big impact, because usually Texas is a large powerhouse here in the southern part of the U.S. But if they don't win this, I mean, they got themselves involved in probably not the smartest of wars. You know, maybe they weren't expecting New Mexico to call in. Ooh, wait a second. That is going to shift the tide for sure. So the northern states of Mexico has decided to go against New Mexico, try to grab back some of these lands, and California did not come and help them out. Sonora, and not going to try to pronounce that one, they're not going to have to face California at all. So California is going to be just fighting Texas exclusively. California must not be doing too well. And if they've rivaled Oregon, they better watch it. They better watch it. Oh my gosh, look at the alliances that Oregon has. I know that California has rivaled Oregon, so we might see them, I think, declare war on California if they start doing really bad. Indiana, Montana, Arizona, all joining in would completely destroy, I think, the state of California. But we will see, because even the Californian allies aren't that strong. Nevada, I don't think Nevada's going to help out that much. I don't know how much power Vegas is bringing to them, but, you know, who knows in this mod? Who knows? But we will see. Let's also keep in mind some more wars. Date, interesting. There's still a battle going on for the Japanese mainland. Still pretty early on. Boom. Arizona. And Sonora. Okay, so now we're finally starting to see Mexico join in. Arizona and Sonora. Oh, but they're also, wow. So the Southwest is kind of a huge mess. So New Mexico might be okay, because Sonora is not really going to be worried too much about New Mexico. I think they're going to be more focused on fighting Baja California, which once again, California did not come to the aid of their ally. That's messed up, California. I will say that myself. That is really messed up. You guys need to step up your game, because you guys are being total jerks. So is there anything else? I wasn't sure. I know that I stopped after looking at that Arizona-Mexico war. Missouri and Colorado versus Kansas, Iowa, and Wyoming. All right, so this is about to get real messy. Real messy. West Virginia, by the way, that was an offensive war, too, by West Virginia. They must not have been anticipating North Carolina joining in. So West Virginia is not going to win that too well. Yucatan also fighting it out with some Mexican states. But let's check out Missouri. Boom. All right, so this is all throughout Central America. We've got Colorado, Missouri versus Kansas, Iowa, and Wyoming. Oh, New Mexico's also in this one. Jeez. So New Mexico and Kansas seem to be really good friends, because they have been coming to their aid with every single war. They've been coming to their aid. Oh, is the Texas war over? It is, and they didn't lose anything. Yeah, Texas or Oklahoma didn't grab anything. California can go back home. They're black flagged, so they're going to rush back home through New Mexico and Arizona. How's Sonora doing against Baja California? Oh, did they join in? No, that's Baja California's flag. Okay, I got confused there. So I have to watch this. They only have 3 provinces, so they wouldn't cost that much to take over. Let's keep this in mind too. So who just won this battle? That is Colorado and Missouri. I do believe it seems like Missouri is going to have... I don't know. Actually, it seems like Wyoming, Kansas, and Iowa would have an advantage. But these states are very divided. They're very separated from a long distance. And we're also seeing another war pop up. Okay, so the states are in a complete mess. A huge mess at the moment. Florida is involved, though. And they're actually helping out Mississippi, which they just allied to. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. It's just Louisiana. Now, was this an offensive war? It's a defensive war. Florida being extremely aggressive. Man, they're going to be expanding Disney World. Disney World's going to be looking good. Maybe they want a new area. It's maybe I'm just gonna consider Florida run by Walt Disney. Walt Disney in cryo sleep or whatever, whatever that theory is. So yeah, they already have lots of claims. So does Mississippi. Mississippi probably has claims to the northern part. Yeah, all of Louisiana is actually claimed. And keep in mind, in the culture map mode, this is all except. Oh, is it not? Ooh, that's kind of interesting. So this culture is not accepted. Well, yeah, Florida, Western Florida, will accept Cajun, Louisiana. Okay, well, still stuff to keep in mind. Wow. Yeah, we'll have to check on that culture map mode a little bit further. Yeah, so this is not going to go so well for Louisiana. And again, like I said, Florida's going to grab even more, I think. There's another war with, Ontario now setting their sights on New York. They're also having to fight Massachusetts, which looked like they might have grown a little bit. Did New Jersey come to their aid? Let's check on that. So they're the defender against Ontario. Let's go ahead and check on, let's see, war score. Are they at 1.6? Is that 1.6? Virginia, how's Virginia doing? Virginia now going after West Virginia. But they're also having to fight, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss so much. I'm sorry, guys. Please kind of keep your eyes open and let me know in the comment section, or let everybody else know in the comment section. I think something just ended. I just saw Kentucky get bigger. Florida's at 39 war score with Louisiana. We don't really need to look at that too much. Missouri is winning their war, their offensive war, against Kansas, which is surprising. 15 war score. We have, where is that Ontario war? Ontario and Massachusetts versus New York, Maryland, and New Jersey. That's going to be a close one, because I believe enough time has gone by for Ontario to be pretty strong, for them to integrate these provinces and make them, you know, contribute to their empire, or I guess their province, their Canadian province. Kansas not doing so well. New Mexico's, they're also not doing so well. So we might be seeing a Mexican insurgents, I guess, into normal United States territory. How's Sonora doing? Sonora is okay. Arizona is, they've got a 10 stack. They've got to go after this fort though. Yeah, they have to go after the fort. Is there anything else? We know that big one's happening. Florida still hasn't pieced out with Louisiana. Let's check in on, so this is the result. So West Virginia's gone. West Virginia's gone. Virginia also grabbed a little bit out of that, but they're also involved in a war against Pennsylvania because, why is that? Who declared that? That must be, they must be in a defensive war. Attacker. No, they were the attacker against Pennsylvania. I see, because I think they declared for West Virginia. Kentucky was, well, that doesn't make any sense because how did they get this province, these provinces? I don't know why they did this. But luckily for them, New Hampshire and Michigan are pretty far away. I still don't know if they're going to be able to hold on to their lands. They're already occupied by West Virginia. Maryland probably won't be getting involved. But anyways, Kentucky looking okay. 2 extra provinces for Kentucky. North Carolina with their alliances. I'll keep an eye on this state. There's a few places I want to keep an eye on, especially Ontario moving into New York. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. 7.6 stack here, but Ontario has military regiments still in their territory, in their state. Ottawa is under occupation. Ooh, this is going to get interesting, especially if we see some Canadian and Mexican states and provinces, that wasn't respectively, coming in and invading states, because they actually have a pretty good opportunity to. Never really realized that. Here comes Massachusetts. Massachusetts also going to play a big role in this. Keep in mind, a lot of people have all sorts of different claims on New York. New York is a big province. Oh, Maryland did get involved. So Maryland, New Jersey, and New York, but they have to face Massachusetts here, which Massachusetts grabbed this province. They eliminated Maine. I didn't make a comment about that. New Hampshire, I think, is just trying to stay quiet. New Hampshire is pretty far away from their closest allies. I don't know how much Pennsylvania is going to really be able to help. Unless, of course, there's any ships. There's no ships in the Great Lakes. Can't wait to check on who has like the biggest navy and stuff like that. That's going to be kind of cool. I'm guessing Florida. Bam! So again, Florida is going to be fun to watch. Florida's still on good terms with Texas so far. We'll have to see where they set their sights too. This is an awesome alliance that they have up with South Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Texas. So they grabbed 2 provinces away. They gave some to Mississippi. So the Deep South is growing. And bam, just like that, New Mexico has been eliminated. Kansas is down to only 2 blocks. Who grabbed the most there? That was Missouri that I think grabbed the most. This is fun. This is really cool. Is this what it feels like for the Europeans to watch like EU4, or I'm sorry, Civ5 AI Only battles in Europe? Because this is like the first time I've ever kind of been able to somewhat relate, like geographically. I haven't been to that many parts of the U.S., but I've been to Texas, I've been to the Deep South, Alabama, Washington, D.C., I've been to Mississippi and Louisiana. Obviously, you know, pretty much everything on the West Coast. But it's still really cool to see some of these places, like for the first time, and actually kind of being involved in war. It's very kind of fun, something like new for me, because I know these places. So I don't know. Let's see, who is this? We have Michigan and Pennsylvania leading this charge against Virginia. Virginia might be in a tough spot. Yeah, I don't know if Virginia's going to be able to keep a hold of this. New York is, I think, falling apart. They're starting to fall apart. Maybe not. They might be okay. Ontario and Massachusetts already pretty deep into New Jersey territory. They're probably going to force these separate nations to separate peace, and then they'll be able to divide and conquer and destroy New York single-handedly. That is the smartest choice if they do decide to do that. Although they'll probably be able to peace out Massachusetts soon. So I don't know. It's going to be kind of equal. Sonora, what's going on here? Everything good? Arizona has not been able to get the job done. Oh, they did grab this fort, so you know what? They will probably have enough war score to take something. They are the attacker against Baja California, and I believe they only wanted that province, so they will get that. So Arizona will reach into Baja California. Keep in mind that Arizona does not like... Oh, Arizona is not really liked by any of the states, except for Colorado, Idaho, and Oregon. How's Kansas doing? Kansas had to get up a new ally. Actually, no, they were allied to Wyoming before, but Kansas is not going to be looking too good now. Not too good now. Boom! West Virginia is back. There you go, West Virginians. Is it West Virginians? Yeah, you guys are back. Welcome back. Saved by, I think it was Pennsylvania that saved you. And boom, New Hampshire, back at war. New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Are they the defender, though? That's the thing. They are the defender against New Brunswick, so there must be some sort of advantage that New Brunswick is seeing, I think. Also, isn't this their territory? No, this is not. Technically, they don't have cores here. They've got claims, though. So something to keep in mind. Can't wait to see the results of this Ontario war. That is going to be a pretty big deal. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not missing out on anything. I don't think we're seeing anything. New Brunswick is at 10 war score already. Ontario at 20 war score over New York. We have, and that is it so far. Let me check on Australia. Australia is still the exact same. Okay, so I missed like kind of a big war initially from Australia, but it ended up being a pretty peaceful continent afterwards. Man, this is a huge deal. It's a big deal. I'm not sure how you pronounce that state, but it's a pretty big deal, them reaching up and grabbing all of New Mexico. I don't think they're going to be very liked by a lot of people around them. Well, except for Mexican states. So Arizona and Texas is not going to like this. Oh my gosh, there's going to be so many jokes about Donald Trump in the comment section. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot about that. Now that just happened, that just dawned on me. So this will be pretty interesting seeing Arizona come into Baja California like this. Now, Baja California still exists. Now, but they're no longer allied. So California had to ally to southern Baja California, and they're also allied to Nevada and Washington. I really think that the Californian alliance is pretty weak so far. Texas and Florida seem to be looking really good, though. Who does Florida not like? Because Bama's done. Bama is more than likely very done here. Florida is on good terms with a lot of other states, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Mississippi, and Texas. But at some point, they're going to have to backstab somebody, I think. Also, colonization might be really interesting in this campaign. I'm not sure if they can colonize, but Florida might be pretty good at colonizing maybe the Ivory Coast here. I don't know. We'll have to look more into that a little bit later, but still really, really early into this campaign to be talking about colonization. All right, so New Hampshire and New York look like they're going to take some pretty big losses here. Ontario, why is this all blue? Occupied by New York. Okay, so they managed to get something up there. New Jersey and Maryland still involved in this war? But still, I think we can anticipate some pretty big losses by these two states here on the East Coast. I would think that would probably happen. Let us check in another time on anything else. I know that there's a few states in Mexico going at it. Actually, a few states have been going at it for like almost the entire time. New Brunswick is at 40 war score now. Ontario at 30 over New York. And that is it. Yeah, so a lot of Mexico is actually at war. I didn't realize that. Problem is that I'm very bad at... Oh my gosh, Central America is... I'm sorry, well yeah, Central Mexico is a huge mess. Very, lots of different conflicts breaking out. These two states working together is, I think, a pretty powerful alliance there. Now I wonder what you're going to do next. You might attack Colorado, which wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, you're connected to your allies, which is smart. It's a very smart move there. Who's Arizona allied to? Colorado and Oregon. Okay, so I think it's only a matter of time before Florida declares on Bama at some point. Bama probably has claims. Oh, no, you know what? Not everybody has claims. Mississippi and Florida are the only ones that have claims on Alabama at the moment. Tennessee, for some reason, doesn't. And South Carolina wouldn't. Arkansas wouldn't. They can't have claims to lands they're not connected to. What's happening here? So, yeah, New Hampshire is under full control under New Brunswick. And it's completely under New Brunswick. Nova Scotia, even though they're involved in the war, didn't contribute much. And I don't think Pennsylvania can come over here and help out. I don't think they were able to. New York, I mean, there's just no way. This war is still going on, but I don't see New York having that much luck getting out of this. Yep, there it goes. Bam. So Ontario now pushing into state territory. And New York just lost about 3-4 provinces. New York still has their core. They have New York City, Manhattan Island, things like that, which is very well developed. So they're not necessarily out of it, but that's still a pretty big deal. And is New York still allied to, yes, New Jersey and Maryland? So now we'll have to see the results of New Hampshire. I could see New Brunswick taking over everything here. I wouldn't be too surprised if something like that were to happen. Is that all the peace deals? I thought there was one more war that was going on besides New Hampshire, but actually, no, there's not. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.